I think all of us can agree that in the past few weeks, Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan have been out of this world in terms of just impact. It's been constantly trending on social media to just the beautiful art and animation, the care and attention to detail by both studios, by Studio Photable and Studio Mappa, both working on their represented series. Both series have really just caused everybody in the community to rile up and just open up so many discussions. There has been so many discussions on both series, and it's been an absolute blast. However, there is something that has been very peculiar, something that has been happening for the last few weeks that I kind of want to talk about, and has kind of gotten the community up in a little bit of an uproar because of what it pertains to. So there is a actual live anime voting poll that happens, and I've talked about this in the past, like this type of poll and stuff with different series and all that and other top 10s, and basically what's been kind of making rounds recently is this right here that you can see on the screen. As you can see, you have Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan near the top, but if you look very closely, it's not those two competing for first place. In fact, they're fighting for second place, and My Dress Up Darling is on top. And this is just something that is very amusing to me for a variety of reasons. For one, I mean, Attack on Titan, I'm not even going to deny, its latest episodes have been some of the best episodes it's ever had since its inception as an anime. And Demon Slayer's episodes, the same basically can be said. It is like movie quality. It looks exactly like a movie. It's beautiful, and the attention to detail with the character movements, it's out of this world. And so when you see stuff like that that's obviously generating a lot of hype, and it's, becoming #1 trending, like Attack on Titan literally hit #1 trending, you would think that they would be the #1 spot. But in reality, My Dress Up Darling reached that spot with a live public poll, everybody voting. So this isn't very similar to the anime awards that, Crunchyroll does. It's way more people kind of participating, voting in it, etc., to kind of see who is actually voting on it. Now, at the end of the day, it is a popularity poll. I do want to clarify that. The poll that you see and I've been showing, it is a popularity poll. It doesn't mean necessarily that whatever's on top or whatever's on the bottom is the worst or the best. It just goes to show what the community is voting on, what people care about, and what they think generally is just the best or their favorite for that certain season or week. And so when you see My Dress Up Darling above Attack on Titan and you see it above Demon Slayer, it makes your eyes just go wide. You're like, what's going on here? Because, I know I've been talking a lot about My Dress Up Darling. I'm a big fan of it. I made extra videos for it, kind of comparing the anime and manga. I've been gushing over this series. I think anyone that has been following my YouTube channel and sees the videos I made for it or following my social media, I'm continuously talking about the said series. But despite that, I was unaware that My Dress Up Darling was able to rival the likes of Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer itself. And that's what blew my mind when I looked at the poll. I was like, wait, seriously? Is there really that many people that actually love that series? And so it made me start to wonder what's really going on here. Why is it actually becoming #1? And I was thinking of a variety of reasons. For one, I feel like a lot of people that maybe are voting on My Dress Up Darling might be doing it because of the eye candy. Or it could be because people really do like just the storytelling and the cosplay nature of it, because it is very unique for a romance slice of life. And Cloverworks has been putting in a lot of work and detail into My Dress Up Darling, and it really has stood out. You see the characters constantly posted all over social media, and it's always having a discussion throughout the week, just in a very similar way as Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer. So you can't necessarily say you haven't seen conversations of the series. There is a lot of discussion that has been generated thanks to My Dress Up Darling. But even then, to just see the true scope of how many people keep voting on it is what blows my mind. It's food for thought to really see how people feel about the current anime season. So I think this is a perfect time to segue into the next segment. So I think everybody has heard about the controversy with my anime list and how they have, done what they did to interspecies reviewers a few years ago when it was boosted up on the rankings and basically hit the #1 spot, surpassing Full Metal Alchemist and the other series that were in the top 5, top 10, and it caused a big stink on the website. A lot of people talked about it, there was a lot of discussion, a lot of YouTube videos, it was just a very big thing, and ever since then, people started talking about how anytime a series would surpass, let's say, Full Metal Alchemist, that series would quickly dwindle and reach into oblivion, basically no longer be in maybe the top 5 or top 10 anymore. It would fall down in the ranking because it probably was getting downvoted to hell. And the reason for this is because Full Metal Alchemist, that let's say is on the top spot, it is an old show. And regardless of how good, bad, whatever it is, and how you feel about it personally, I doubt that many people are watching it today as actively as, let's say, a new series like Attack on Titan I want to be talking about. I doubt many are actively watching like it that much. So when you see a series surpass Full Metal Alchemist, and then all of a sudden an hour later, maybe like a day later, the series drops right below it again, it really just stands out. It stands out because it's like, clearly, there's probably a massive influx of dislikes, and you're probably wondering, okay, maybe it's people just not liking Attack on Titan. That's a possibility. But in reality, I feel like it's the people that continuously, probably try to keep Full Metal at the top, or other series at the top, they come back and they downvote series for their #1 spot will not be overthrown. And this has been something that people have talked about a lot. It's not something I'm just throwing out of nowhere. It has been heavily discussed in the anime community, and it's led to a lot of controversy. So when I see something like this happen to Attack on Titan, it kind of disgusts me, because regardless of my personal feelings with, like, the manga of Attack on Titan, nobody can deny, I don't think anyone can deny, that the anime of Attack on Titan these past few weeks, or just honestly just the anime in general, has just been so freaking good. And you can't deny the level of detail, the quality, the passion, everything thrown into it is on a whole other level. And, if you look at it just from the anime perspective, it's good. It is really freaking good. And so, it makes a lot of sense. A lot of hype is generating, a lot of people are talking about it. Like I said already in this video, it was the #1 trending. So, it would make sense it would rise up in the rankings and maybe even surpass Full Metal Alchemist. But, mysteriously, as it surpassed Full Metal, it went back down again. And it's just, I feel like when I see stuff like this, it's just so wrong. I feel like there is a lot of tampering going on with it, but that's just my 2 cents. This is something that people have heavily talked about for a while, but it's just something I kind of wanted to point it out when, it came to the subject of Attack on Titan, popularity polls, etc. But I guess I'll leave it at that, though. One thing I do want to ask, though, is how do you all feel about My Dress-Up Darling, technically beating Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer in popularity for that week? And how do you feel about, potentially maybe surpass it again next week? I'm very curious. I wonder if the poll will be very different. We'll have to see. But it is very fascinating that so many people actually love My Dress-Up Darling to that extent. I never expected it. But okay, if you enjoyed this video though, please leave me a like, and if you want to get any more of my content to appear in your YouTube feed, then, please subscribe. It does help me out a lot, helps with the algorithm. With that, guys, be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.